As far as me, I was on the Glucerna diet, and I did it for about 3 weeks, and I was losing weight, and it tastes good. It's kind of filling, and just to be on the safe side, I would get the bar, the little snack bar with the drink, and I would get lunch because I don't eat lunch. I would just use it for lunch. So I ate my breakfast. I did that for lunch. I ate my dinner, which is my veggie patties with two breads because I don't know anybody who eats a sandwich with one. And then at night, when I get hungry, I would do the Glucerna, and it was working. First I lost water weight, and then I just continued to lose weight, but my liver started hurting me. I know that I ran out for like 2 days before I was able to do groceries, and my liver was feeling better. Then I started it up again, and this time my kidneys were hurting me and my liver. So I don't know what it is. Like the nutritionist says something about these diabetic, anything that's for diabetics is gonna mess with my liver. She tried to explain the whole thing to me, but I didn't really get it all. So I'm frustrated. But right now, just trying to concentrate on my daughter. When they did her surgery, they said, you're right. She did need them taken out. Yeah, I know she needs them taken out. That intern, man, I hope I never see her again. She was influencing the surgeon, and so the surgeon was questioning it until she actually looked, like I told you, and then she saw, well, I could see pockets, so yeah, it looks like she has stones. Fine, let's do this. So they asked me to be there at 5:45. Now I live 45 minutes away, so that means I had to get up at 4 to go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, get dressed, and get ready, everything ready, then get into the car and drive out there. I have been going through these really bad, I think I looked it up, and my brother goes through it too ever since the vertigo, and it's some sort of this anxiety thing that happens. And I think I might have mentioned it before, that when you go to sleep and you wake up, as soon as you fall asleep, you wake up startled, like you think you're gonna die or something, and I did tell you before, it's like a falling feeling. Well, it's scary. Well, for me, it started with my vertigo, and it's gotten worse since the AFib. And you feel like if you fall asleep, you're gonna die. It's this anxiety thing. It's really weird, and it's just gotten worse with the AFib. And that night I couldn't sleep. I was anxious about getting up at 4. I was anxious about her getting the surgery. I was just anxious and just praying that everything goes smoothly. And it was pitch black outside when I got into. We wound up leaving early. I just did everything. I just put a little bit of powder on and just threw a rag on. Seriously, like my house dress rag on, and we just went to the car about 4:30, and I was driving. I'm glad I left half an hour early because I was driving super slow because everything was just a big blur to me because I did not sleep. I was just tossing and turning the whole night. Everything was this big blur. It was pitch black outside. There was a ginormous, like Cheshire moon, that little sliver. It was really creepy. It looked like it was really close, and then it kept like disappearing behind the clouds. It just looked like something really eerie, and everything's blurry, and I drove super slow. So it took me, I think I got there at 5:15, so it takes about 45 minutes to get there, and even with me driving slow. So I got there at 5:15, I parked the car, and they had just opened up the surgical center. It's a day surgery. They had just opened up. They weren't even ready for me because they had to, computers on and sign in and get everything ready. And so they checked me in at 5:30, and then 5:45 on that, they came to get her. There was all this prep going on. And I told them 5:45 in the morning means I got to get up at 4. I said, that's ridiculous. I don't live near you. Why couldn't? But whatever. I don't know why. Maybe the doctor thought that I wouldn't go through with it or whatever. I don't know. But I was there, and and she, little by little, people started trickling in and saying she has to see like the nurse, the OR nurse, the anesthesiologist, a doctor, And you were just sitting there waiting. Once they did all of that, we were sitting there waiting. They said surgery's at 7. It wasn't until 7:15, and you're just really just sitting there waiting. So I took my piggy, and I was just like, to try and sleep. And they took her in, and the doctor comes to get me and says, she really did need those tonsils out. She said it was full of stones, and one of them, like, pus just spurted out. I was like, yes, I know she needed it. I said, I had my tonsils out. I remember, I knew that she needed it. I knew with her symptoms that she needed those tonsils out. And they said that, when you're older, it's harder, and that you could be in a lot of pain, and she has been in a lot of pain. So, just trying to, since Friday, I got some of her stuff. At the store that she needed ices and ice and cold apple juice and ice cream, and she didn't want pudding, but we got her like a yogurt drinks and jellos, and have them all in the fridge to keep them nice and cold. And she can't eat. They told her if she feels up to, she got her like mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. So I made mashed potatoes for her from the box, so there's nothing gonna be her in her throat. She just couldn't eat. She could not eat. I felt so bad for her. She says everything tastes funny. Everything makes the throat feel weird unless she eats something cold. We even bought her some tea, so she got tea with honey. You gotta let it cool off. Nothing spicy, nothing citrusy, nothing acidy. And I feel so bad because yesterday, my husband and my son got some fried chicken as their takeout. I got a breakfast. I got eggs with bacon type of thing, and they said she could have eggs, but she was afraid. She just got like a pudding, and she couldn't even eat it. But she was so drooling over the fried chicken. I felt so bad. I said, when you heal, we will take you to as much fried chicken as you want. I'm just home. I've just been home since Friday after I got everything she needed. That's it. Like today, I'm just gonna take my Netflix. I'm gonna have to drive to the post office because our mailbox is broken. It's been broken forever. The post office says the building gotta fix it, and the building says no, you gotta fix it. I'll just drive. The post office is like 3 blocks away. I'll just drive there, drop it off, and come back home. So I'm just home with her, and make sure there were no appointments this week. And so this says it's going to take about 10 days. So next Monday, I do have appointments next Monday, next Tuesday. So just waiting to hear from the plastic surgeon, see if she's been approved. And then next month, she'll be seeing the doctor to see if she's approved for her reduction. And so, Lord willing, those things will happen.